Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Josie Vigil. And today's video is going to be about how to file your homestead exemption. If you purchased a home in 2021, you have until April 30th to file for this exemption. Follow along. So what we're gonna do is go to fortbendcounty.org, and then what we're gonna do here is go up here to property taxes, scroll down to exemption forms. Here, what you're doing is applying for a residence homestead exemption. You can e-file it. And then you're going to be able to create your username, create an account, right? First name, last name, email, phone number. You'll be able to access the form. The first thing that you need to do is get your ID address changed. Driver's license or ID, your address needs to be reflecting the residence that you live in. You can go to the driver's license website, dpstexas.gov, and what you do is click here to driver's license and IDs, and you're gonna scroll down. Go to online options, and then you're gonna scroll down to change your address. What they do now is have you create your own username and password. So you could always print the application, send it through the mail, or for y'all who do everything electronic, just click here and you're gonna create your TXT account. Put in all your information, driver's license number, things like that. So once you got your ID, your driver's license in the mail, in your hand, and it reflects your primary residence, and that's when you need to fill this form out. So this is the rundown of what that form is going to look like so that you're able to fill it out correctly. Appraisal district's name. You are in Fort Bend County. And then appraisal district account number. You don't know that, you could search it. You could send me your address and then I could get you the account number, or you can go online here to the actual website and you can search it yourself. But it says if known, so it's not mandatory that you fill that out. Are you filing a late application? No, you are not. You have until April 30th to apply for this homestead exemption. We don't want you to wait until that deadline though. We want to make sure that you go ahead and submit this as soon as possible, because you're going to have to submit a copy of your identification to prove that this is your residence. All right, section 1, exemptions requested. Do you live in the property of which you are seeking homestead exemptions? Yes. What we're doing for this video is general residence homestead exemption, but if you're a disabled person or a person 65 or older, then you check those if they apply to you. Check whatever applies to you. And cooperative housing, if this applies to you, then you're going to fill this out. The section 2, property owner applicant. If you're single, you're going to click single, married, married. So it's simple. If it's single, you're just going to fill out your information, date of birth, driver's license, and ownership is going to be 100%. If you're married, then you're going to click married. And then ownership is 50 for you and 50 for your spouse. Section 3, your property information, the date you acquired this property. If you don't remember your closing date, then go ahead and send me a text and I'll refresh your memory. And then the date you began occupying this property, just whatever date applies. And then the address, physical address, is the address of the property, the subject property that we're talking about. The legal description. If you don't have or know your legal description, go ahead and send me a text message and I can help you with that too. I'll send you that information. Is the applicant identified on the deed or recorded instruments? Yes. Okay. Is the property for which the application is submitted an heir property? No. This is not an heirship. You own the property. It's not something that you've inherited. Section 3, property information. If it was a mobile home that you purchased, then you would go ahead and fill that out. Is any portion of the property of which you're claiming a resident homestead exemption income producing? So if you're renting out rooms, or you have a mother-in-law suite and it's producing income for you, then you're going to click yes, and it's going to ask the percentage, so you're going to fill that out if this applies to you. A waiver of required documentation. So again, earlier I told you all that you would have to, it is required that you submit a copy of your identification or driver's license. So this is only a waiver. If you're saying that you don't have this information, why or why not, these are the only reasons why you can get an exemption. Is if you're living in an infirmity, or if you're in a program administered by the Office of the Attorney General, or you're an active duty military, or a driver's license and the transportation code, and then you would attach a copy of the application. Provide additional information here. So this is if you own other residential properties. If you own other residential properties, then you're just going to list the properties in that county. So again, you can have other properties, but they can't be filed as your homestead exemption, as your primary residence. If this property that you're living at is where you live, your primary residence, then this is where you can file the homestead. It doesn't matter if you have 10 other properties. And then here, I understand if I make any false statement on this form, I can be guilty of a Class A misdemeanor. So again, you only live at one house, one primary residence. So you want to make sure that you're filing accordingly. You're going to put your property name, the title, your signature, and the date. And then, again, this is the PDF. If you decide to print it out, fill it out on the computer and then print it and mail it in. Remember, you need to mail it in with a copy of your identification or driver's license. But this was just the PDF that I wanted to show for y'all who are going to actually be registering online. It's going to let you attach a picture of your identification. But other than that, guys, I hope this video has been helpful to you so that you're able to file for your homestead exemption. Again, one of the perks of owning a home. And if you have any questions, you can give me a call. Other than that, send me your referrals. Bye, everyone.